I started the Clean Bee in 2019. I was a single mom with my 4-year-old daughter living at my parents' house. At the time, I was working part-time as a property manager at a storage facility. I realized that there was really nowhere else for me to go at that point, and with that company, I couldn't go any further up. I was just kind of stagnant, and knowing that I needed to take care of my daughter, it was just us, that I wanted something with more stability, more opportunities, something to show my daughter that anything's possible. When we started growing, we expected it to be uncomfortable and faced challenges with the business. We didn't have a whole lot of money when we started out. The realization came about 6 months in or whatever, realizing that we weren't only growing the business, we also had to grow ourselves too. Letting go of old habits, old routines. It made us feel kind of bad about ourselves, just realizing that there's a lot of things that we had to change about ourselves to kind of continue to grow, continue to be better people, better humans, and helping our team also be better as well. We had to kind of show by example that we were capable of doing it and that they were able to as well. It's kind of expensive scaling a business. It costs a lot of time, money, energy. But that was kind of a big realization for us as well. We actually started working together in 2021 when I found out I was pregnant with our daughter. The cleaning business kind of had to be put on hold for a little bit. He actually joined me. I trained him and he started taking over my clients, and I kind of moved more into the office role. Cleaning kept us afloat through COVID while he was trying to look for more permanent work, full-time stuff. But at that point in time, there wasn't anything other than part-time. People were still laying, people off, things of that nature. So it was something that was continuing to move forward. We were still getting phone calls, there were still opportunities coming in, able for us to continue growing. So we knew that we wanted to stick with it and just kind of keep pushing through and, kind of see what we could do. In 2023, we were stagnant at around $10,000 a month. We knew that we couldn't do it all ourselves. We didn't grow up with families who grew businesses. We didn't know anybody who started a cleaning business, all on our own at that point in time. So we knew that we needed help from somebody who actually has had this experience. We used a lot of free courses, webinars. I joined quite a few Facebook groups, and I actually ended up coming across a comment on one of the posts on there, but actually mentioned Logan's free masterclass and about how it changed their business. I wish I could remember the person's name. I knew that was something that we had to check out and see for ourselves and try it out.
The reason that we knew Logan and Katie were worth it is because they weren't just showing people how to do it and expecting them to go through. They actually had active data that they were showing. This is how we're doing it. This is what we're doing. There are other people that are following along. It's something that we could jump in and see the actual proof of their progress. It also didn't hurt that at the time we had just bought Alex Ramosey's book before we had seen all that, and their picture was right in the middle. So when it came time to pay for the course, we used all of our life savings. We hit up friends and family and let them know, hey, I don't think we're crazy. As much proof as you can that somebody is real, that a course is going to help out, that it's going to change your life. This is what we're going to do. We need your help. We took our family and jumped off a cliff. And we've been kind of flying ever since. In October of 2023, we borrowed money from friends and family, and it's been the best decision that we've ever made. The return on interest is huge, and not only has our company grown, but our ability to lead and scale a team has grown. It's been pretty amazing that way. We have gone up to 40 to 50K the last few months, already at 40K or 48K now, so we have a good shot of hitting mid-50s to 60s. The biggest growth for us has been the ability to bring on a team that is competent. We didn't actually grow the first 4 years. It's been the last 2 years that we actually learned how to grow. When we started their course, there was a lot about us that was just sloppy and not ready for the program. There was a whole list of skills that we had to grow into. Right now, we have a complete office staff that, we can be here while they're growing the business. We're not required to be there day to day. We're just fuel to the fire now. So we can jump in, and where the team needs us, we can apply ourselves the most. If the trainers need help, if the actual cleaners need to back up, if our office staff needs backup, we can jump in there. Right now, the biggest goal for me is to get in more time with sales so that I can actually be a second office person and allow us to go forward, because right now I'm the hole in the bucket. There has to be somebody that steps in with the team, and having leaders that show us that make it easier to take those steps and to call yourselves out on those flaws. The biggest improvement that we've had is confidence. We know that if something comes up, we have an ability now to market, to sell, to grow the team. It's no longer something that sets us back. It's something that we have to work harder to get forward to. Our truck engine blew up, and instead of us freaking out, we know, okay, cool, put it on the books. Let's start working hard. Let's get in there. Let's go. So we don't have to be stuck with whatever vehicle we can. We can buy the vehicle that we want to, that is going to be good for our family and last. Things like that are just vastly different from skills that we had before, where if something like this were to go wrong, we'd be set behind. We'd be in a lot of debt. We'd be in a lot of trouble to make things happen. So just the transformation and the mindsets that have come forth from where we were before to where we are now is huge. Adaptation over stagnation, choosing discomfort over comfortability, and some fires need to be burnt are some mindsets that have come with us. Instead of trying to fix every little thing and make things perfect before we move forward, we're okay now communicating with people, having them understand there's a framework, and to put the work and time into something that may not be perfect but can be better each day. And to give people the same pathway of, right now, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, and I don't expect you to be, but every day we can both take steps forward and become better people, better versions of what we're trying to do. It's been vastly instrumental in changing our lives. My advice is, life is a risk. You can risk changing nothing and you're going to get nothing in return, or you can take the risk and the payoff could be everything. It could be everything you ever dreamed and wanted. I would choose growth every day. Invest in yourself.
We were willing to put in the work, so it definitely paid off. So if you're willing to put in that work, willing to have that grit and, determination to get through to the other side, like, this is not a chance that you want to pass up. If we can do this, and anyone can.
Choose yourself.
But yeah, that's it.
I just think it's so fascinating to watch a couple risk everything that they have. The ability to just go all in and commit. It didn't matter if it was going to work out with the system and with Logan and Katie, but you guys knew that at that moment, like, your lives were forever going to be changed. I'm just so proud of you guys. Like, your guys' personal development over the course of the time that I've had the pleasure of working with you. I've watched you skill stack in business skills, but also stack in personal skills. In this program, the system is proven. The system has been used by our 2 locations. It has been used by hundreds of other cleaning business owners. And these 2 like to get cute. And they like to make their own system. Sometimes we argue about whose system is better. Yes, we're entrepreneurs. Yes, we like shiny objects. Yes, we think that we are better, but just follow the system and just stay committed to the system. And by doing so, you guys build your confidence. First, you had to act on courage. You had to stack some evidence, and now you mentioned it, but like, confidence is the biggest outcome.
These people are real. They do help you out, and the more time we spend with them, the more we hear their story, the more interactions we have, the less unattainable these things become. When we hear that we need to stack 1.6 million in net worth, before that my mind would have went, there's no way, you guys are crazy. But we're 2/3 of the way there from the business that we want to have, and that's just the baseline. That's the start. That's our new zero, is making $1 million business. And it's no longer a can we do it, it's when it will happen. We're not going to stop. We're going to show up every day, and there are parts of us that will keep carving away to make that happen. A work in progress. It's not even the revenue that's the best. Like, we didn't have the skills to train, hire, and keep a team. We can measure our revenue right now, and that looks okay from where we're at. And like, we're always wanting more. We're always behind in that aspect. We want to go, but there was no chance of us raising and keeping a team that actually cared about our business and drove us forward. And to the point now where, like, the lessons that we've learned inside the group and the community and just the pathway of entrepreneurship and trying to learn is that we have a team now that, like, they want us to win, and they can see the inside of what we're wanting to do. They can achieve stuff too, and that wouldn't have came if we didn't have the community that you guys have created. I value that above all.
I think your desire to learn. I remember when we were eating dinner that first second a day, we were talking about not having anybody in the family who was entrepreneurial. Like, we're not business people, we're not smart people. I'm like, now you are. Like, now you're a business person. It's shedding that struggle story to, like, hit the success story. Like, I'm a business person. I created it. It wasn't my family, but I created it. Like, it's that empowering story. To see your guys' progress from October 2023 to now, almost been 2 years, like, different people, and therefore a different business.
Like a lot of things in life, we tend to build things backwards, and we set all the foundations and everything in place. And it was one of those things where, for me, I was married, I picked my person, I was building my life. For her, she was hounding on it, and I was like, hey, we're not there yet. We don't have money to do it. We can't afford to, like, even have a wedding. Like, what are we doing? Let's build this. And for me, the commitment was there, and for her, it was security. So it's one of those things where you invest in the team over the money. I invested in my team over the ability to pay for the things that we wanted to do, but we're to a point where we've worked hard enough that everything that we need to is now in our grasp, and we have the ability to reach further than what we thought we could before.